Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to add modules. But first we need to talk about what modules are. Modules is a system in Canvas to organize your course content. It has a lot of features in it that allow you to make sure that students follow in the right path. You can lock modules until a certain date, etc. So first, let's look at how to add modules. Well, when you log into your course for the first time, it will take you to this page, which is the home page. You'll notice it says home on the left. Over here, it says create new module, which you could click there, or we could click plus module, which is typically what I do because it doesn't go away. So if I add a module, it asks me to add a name. So this module, I'm just going to call Welcome and Introduction because I'm starting out the year. This is my first course. It now gives me the option to lock this module until a certain date, which means you can pre-plan all this stuff inside the module and all your content until a certain date. So I'm going to add a module. You'll notice it put it here. And I can either start by dropping files to the module, or I can push the plus. This is not published yet because I have not checked the publish button. So first I'm going to look at what happens in the plus. And this is where we can add our content, which we'll talk about in the next video. But first, I want to show you exactly what modules look like. So I'm going to add another module. Let's just call this one Unit 1. And that way you can see what happens. So now we have two modules. This one is first, this one is second. So these modules are a way for me to organize my course and allows me to put certain content in certain areas. I do want to highlight the special features of modules, which is very important. If I click here, I have all these options. Number one, if I push edit, this allows me to add requirements to the module. So there's no requirements yet because it's the first module and I have nothing inside the module. I have no content. The second one, however, when I push this, I can add a prerequisite. Because there's a module before it, I can say they have to go through module 1, Welcome and Introduction, before they get to Unit 1. If I do that, you'll notice it says prerequisite. I'm going to just add a piece of content just to show what happens when I add a requirement for an assignment. So I have this assignment called test. I'm going to go back to edit again, and I'm adding a requirement. Students must complete all these requirements. Students must move through the requirements in sequential order. So if you had assignment after assignment, you can check that they have to follow the order that you put them in. You may also do individual per assignment. So this was test, which I had as an assignment. Right now it says they're required to view the item. I can change it to they must submit an assignment, or if it's a graded assignment, they must score this before they can move on. So this keeps things locked until you're ready for them to move on, or they've completed the task. Notice it now says students must submit, which on the student end, they see that as well. So you have to complete all items, students must submit. Modules are the greatest way to organize your course. Other people like to organize their course by discussions, assignments, etc., where they use the tabs. But modules is what Canvas designed as a way and a logical flow to keep things. So how can you use your modules? What is a way you might organize your course? Those are some things I might think about. Okay, I hope that helped, and we look forward to seeing how you post about modules.